Well, here I am, back in the niece's garden, and hope that you got a chance to cast a vote today so that we can decide on a new mayor. If it's the old one that gets back in, not so good for Greater London. Out of the 20 candidates that were offered on the ballot, there was one that stood out above all, and you may have heard of him, Piers Corbyn. He's spoken out for Julian Assange, and he has made it a point that he has been persecuted for political reasons. And as Mayor of London, I have no doubt that not only would Piers Corbyn refuse to cooperate with the London Metropolitan Police Service in the surveillance and monitoring of those they consider activists and journalists who are not peddling the narrative of the state BBC and the mainstream media. So if you haven't voted yet and you have any concerns for freedom and for Julian Assange's welfare, which is currently somewhat endangered by being treated in the most abominable and illegal manner at the HMP Belmarsh in Woolwich. And we know from experience that this is not an environment in which to put someone who has never been charged with an offence beyond the fake allegations from Sweden that resulted in his 26 weeks served and the 50 weeks that he was sentenced to ended so long ago that his status now is ethereal and in the hands of the High Court, who are unwilling to give us a swift response to the Americans' appeal against Julian Assange's extradition. So as you cast that vote, please remember that out of those 20 candidates, there is only one who will truly represent the people of this city, and only one who's publicly on the record expressed their disgust at the treatment of Julian Assange. So Piers Corbyn, himself a victim of political persecution, he has faced tens of thousands of pounds in fines and threats of prosecution for his stand for free speech. And much like his younger brother Jeremy, he's the best hope we have. And if the London public turn down an opportunity like this, I'm afraid it will be the same old story, and our incumbent mayor record of a most appalling nature, and in terms of human rights and free speech, absolutely appalling, and his denial to get involved with the London Metropolitan Police's surveillance and tens of millions of pounds of our money that they have spent in this endeavour can only result in further restrictions of your freedom, further loss of any democratic voice from the people of this city. And the reality is, the City of London is indeed the rulers of the people of London, and the corporate elites that manage their passage through the political maze are in control. So this is an EF Press endorsement for Piers Corbyn. I have not been paid for this. I have not been made any threats to me to whether I should or shouldn't express an opinion, and hopefully in the future, whether or not we have a decent mayor, is the people of London will still express their opinion in person. EF Press, by the blooms.